She heads over to first.
And the first pitch to Waycaser hit in the air to center, and that is caught cleanly by Annabella McLaren, so really limits the free pass. That's why that hit batter was so surprising. She's only walked 22.
Again, keep the ball down.
0-2. Little cue shot to third. Giannapoli up with it, gets Harding by a stride. And that's the second out as Flyer have a discerning eye at the plate and a really slick glove.
She's part of that very great recruiting class. Top hitters in the nation, Makeda Edenfield to the plate.
And Edenfield hits the first pitch out to deep right field. Forget that. 8th home.
I had a feeling Edenfield was going to try and get her way back into form, and there's a reason why they call her Area 51. She hit that to area, got that barrel through, and she doesn't miss it.
It does not get any easier. When Lauren Hobbs has been hit this year on the 0-1, that's hit in the air to center. McLaren back to run after it. It hits against the fence, and Dak has herself an extra base hit. Their senior leader. There is the full order for Florida State. 2-2 coming from Hobbs. Got her with the off speed. Dropped it through the back door, and Mudge strikes out looking for ball one. Walks have been the issue for Maddie Balk. That's why she is
how she gets on base.
3-1. And BRIANA draws a leadoff walk, so Maddie Balk, the issue has been control. She walks her first batter, and MARISSA BAXTER back in there at first base. Giannapoli continues to get more time, and Georgia Country, they are every bit a top contender to win it all. It's coming to Gilman. Clary was running. She will reach as it's ball 4, so just a walk there.
But she's crowding the play. She's fortunate pitcher. If you're gonna pitch inside, you have a
stay. 1-2 pitch. Morgan hits one up the middle, and the only play for Muffley is to go to first. That'll move the runners over. .38. That is the best of any ACC pitcher in conference play in her first season. Clary on third, Gilman on second. It's a ton of speed. 1-2. That's hit in the air to center, but it will hang up. Clary will come home with the game's first run for the and the Hatters cut the lead in half. All in all, probably a positive outcome there for Stetson. For ball 1. Runner on second, 2 out. 2-2 to Baxter. And she hits it in the air. Left center field. Mudge has room. Makes the catch up against the track. Side retired. But the Hatters get one back. Lauren Hobbs gave up a 2-run home run to Michaela Edenfield in the first inning. Her up. Game winning streak by South Carolina. This one grounded down to first, and Baxter will win the foot race for the first out. A 22-game home winning part-time starter, but she has done nothing but hit when she's been given the opportunity. 1-2 to Hartley. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Hobbs. As she hitting .244, 6 extra base hits, including 3 triples tied. Hobbs looking for a clean inning here. 0-1, that's poked out towards second. Just knocked down by Morgan, but she had no play, even if she fielded it one way or another. 1-1, Muffley takes off. Stanfield from her knees, not in time. Sold on base number 7 for Josie Muffley. Now 2-1 to Flaherty, and she grounds one towards second. Morgan to her left, the underhand flip is dropped by Baxter. For the year coming into the game, first pitch. And she hits it into left field. Clary came in, and it ruins her as it goes over her head. 2-run
home run in the first inning waiting on deck.
And this is an absolute shame for Lauren Hobbs, who's really gotten her on second. They did give her a double. 0-2 is socked into left field. That's going to go down into the gap and get another run home. Waycaser scored.
In those adjustments, and Coach Shelly Robinson will come on out and have a chit-chat with her junior lefty.
Clary's misplay was not an error, just a... And Edenfield pops it up. Napoli calling it third inning over.
Puts Preps Oregon Player of the Year.
She's been to the plate 50 times and has walked in 12 of those plate appearances. 30.
I missed the one that will help them win the national title.
Payoff pitch, little cue ball to third. That is picked by Hartley, 1 out. players working hard to improve at the plate. She's another
for the next few years.
pop fly, and it lands in between Keene. 2-2. This one should be caught. And indeed, Keene is there on the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Does have a home run on the season. The car on the fly. Hatter should get something for that, right?
But instead, they'll get a 1-2-3 inning
Yes,
on the
they
fly
will.
on the first.
A couple of pop-outs to end it.
Anthony Keene taking on the lefty. First pitch deep to center. Claren is there. Maybe makes the catch. One pitch, one out. And he
dropped a little flip from second. That would have ended it.
within the top 10. Now this is Nolan inside and Mudge with the one-out walk in the third. Keene this year 256, 4 RBIs. Vacations riding in that 3-game set with the Eagles. Runner goes, shot back up the middle. On the third, McLaren goes that cover 5G. On jury calling the balls and strikes today. 1-1. That catcher on the knee. Shelly Rock. Now bringing infield in for Josie Muffley. Pops up the first pitch. It'll be Stanfield in front of home plate. A big second out. He turned into his never gear in ACC play, hitting .355. The Knowles. And will likely do it here to center, McLaren. And that ends the inning. So under the stewardship of Coach Lonnie Alameda, who will be inducted into the 2018, and the Seminoles are primed to bring home a second as Cammie Epley lays down a bunt. Reed, low throw, bobbled by Keene. And if we get Epley hitting back to where she was in February, that'll be a good start. Clary gets a sharp ground ball to third. Hartley only has one play to flare.
She's shown a more advanced approach at the plate. She's always played, has been exemplary as well.
Tapper over to third, and another great throw by Hartley, getting it to Keene.
Reed as a pitcher is just so hard to square up because she can change levels on you.
The Clearwater Invitational, where she really showed out, was a prime example of that. Shallow right, Harding's there, and that is the inning for Stetson. So Stetson, Lauren Hobbs pitched away out of a bases-loaded situation in the top of the third.
She has pitched pretty well. 3 of the 5 runs against her unearned.
Ground ball bobbled, but still with time over the first. And it was a lot closer than
that was one of them.
Liner back to Giannapoli, hugging in the hot corner at third, 2 away.
The others, that's another line on her at this point, to be honest.
Ground ball, Napoli, double clutch to first, and a 1-2-3 frame.
Super impressive inning.
Lauren Hobbs, for Stetson, Gianna Niemeyer, Marissa Baxter, and Giannapoli. Gasso a couple of years ago. 2-2, popped up. Lopresti got a late jump and couldn't get there. We'll do it all again.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough play for Lopresti.
Being relieved. 3-2 to Niemeyer. Little cue ball over the short. 2 hops to Flaherty. Toss to Keene, 1 out in the Stetson fourth.
And another a little bit next year when Liberty and Jacksonville State follow their football programs to see very much in the race here.
And down goes Baxter on strikes. First strikeout for a Seminole pitch as of yet. Little cue ball and a diving catch by Josie Muffley sends us to the top of the 5th. Shot 1 over Stetson. Liner caught by Giannapoli behind third base to start off the top of the 5th. Another stellar play for some more success against Hobbs. 0-1. Little flip over to second. Morgan, this time a clean release to Baxter, and just like that, 2 quick.
5 outs on 9 pitches over her last 2 innings. And some miscues, and they get 5 runs.
Keene lines that to right. Gilman can't hang on to it, bobbles it. Keene wide turn, but will have to settle for the 2-out single. Pitch to load the bases and was the last Seminole to reach before the Keene single. Now one hits her again, and the 3rd hit batter for Lauren Hobbs.
Hartley had not been hit by
for the sophomore. First and second, 2 out on base, and keeps Stetson in to fight. Ground ball, Napoli has it knocked down. Ball knocked off her mask. And there is no. Flaherty has really hitting over 300. Taps out one to short. The first ball gets away from Baxter. That will bring home 2. Ross wide. Regardless, I think, from the, so take a look at the replay from Epley.
I don't know. I think that's an E6.
Yeah. Regardless, it is a
4 runs against the top 10 team in the country, but was largely pretty effective.
Balls, Coach Wilson, if you would please, thank you. Runner goes and not even a chance.
And that's big because that's the 8th run for a run rule.
Runs. Instead, popped up. It'll be Clarion left, makes the catch. And we see the numbers for Ali Dubois, 4-3 this year, 2.22 ERA. 60 pitches for Reed. Ground ball over to third, but it's bobbled by Hartley and somehow got there over to first, almost threw out 3 RBIs. Did a earlier in the season. Bulls down 1, second chance, and another misplay by Hartley. Clarion goes to third, and she'll be out.
When you're trailing by 6 runs, you can't make outs at third base. And so Florida State catches a big break.
That tagged down McLaren at third. Flipped back over, and this time Hartley makes the over to show the catch. And just like that, up and 2 down in the 5th. It's the same way, Kaser, Mudge, and Harding. Chopper to Ross. She'll go over to first. And that ends what appeared to be a promising bullpen for her first full inning of work. And we go to our broadcasting bullpen and taking it Western way is.
And I think Edenfield is back on deck to hit in her spot as Harding pops up the first pitch. That is caught by Morgan.
The surprising part about that no-hitter, Evan, with all the accolades that she's accomplished.
Eligibility remaining. Edenfield hits this off the hands. That is caught by Baxter for the second out.
And that's
0-1 for Marine. She hits that in the air to right field. Long run for Gilman, and she got it on a hop and foul ground. It'll just be
transferring from Texas A&M until January. So with limited time to see for the number 3, number 4 national spot.
This one bounced to short. Epley can't field it. Napoli had kind of screened her.
Well, since particularly with 2 outs, some of it was leaving balls over the plate.
This one hit into the air and to left by Mudge. Clary's there. And Marine finishes out the inning, working her 3rd inning.
Ross Hartley.
Would move Belvi into the 2 spot in the order as Gilman will get on here as that throw gets away.
Went a little bit away from Flaherty, who was covering over at first on the bunt.
So 3
signed off. We want to extend our congratulations to Kat Sandercock and Matt Leonard.
Off speed, Dubois pulls the string and strikes out Yvette for the first out.
Gilman at third.
0-2 struck her out. Nasty drop ball there from. That's 1-1. And that's hit out to center field, dropping fast, and it gets over the head of Ross for an RBI single. MARISSA Baxter. Batters 1-1. This is roped out to second, but that's easy enough for Flaherty. And Dubois is out of it. A run on a hit and an error. Bottom 3rd of the FSU order. Here in the top of the 7th. 7 across the plate. Keene is 2 out of 3. She scored back in the 6th.
Stetson, one of the youngest head coaches in college softball, as that gets ground over to. It'll be a foul ball as that hit her in the batter spot.
1-2 to Keene. Grounded to second base. Morgan with a flip, and Robinson hangs on for the first out. And Stetson.
Takes time.
2-0 here.
Last year, lost a tough close game 4-1. They've been to Florida. They went.
The pieces are there. Clary makes a nice catch. Hartley hit the snot out of that ball.
Yeah.
But Clary read it perfectly off the bat, too.
The umpire says he missed his own.
3-0 down and in, a 4-pitch walk. It was the second walk by Hatter pitching today.
She's reached base 3 times. She's officially 1 for 3. And the came out of the bullpen.
Flaherty hits this one right back to the circle. There is Marine to retire the side. Fourth pitch of the game for Florida State, Allison Royalty. We'll look to see this out.
In from Arizona State, another quality arm. Coach Lonnie Allen, forward of number 8 when he came in, as McLaren draws to walk. UCF 24th ranked, but he knocked up.
Takes a strike. Oh-2 hit in the air to shallow left and caught on the infield grass by Ross.
With Jayla Haynes out the option that you referenced, Evan, coming off the bench.
Slap up the middle and could have been 2. Instead, it's chested by Ross to second. Matters at 7 and 8 in the league. We'll look ahead.
Florida Gulf Coast coming up.
That's a big one. This one knocked down to third. Hartley throws out Clary, and that's the ball game. Gets the win, goes to 9-0. The loss suffered